Hi all, welcome to this video with me, Ramya. I'm a maths teacher for the past 10 years. I've been teaching students preparing for their board examinations and also for various competitive exams. Now, in this video, I would like to focus on a circular that has been released by CBSE on the 22nd April 2021. The circular mainly deals with the assessment and evaluation practices of the board for the session 2001 to 2022. Now, what are the practices that has been recommended by CBSE for this upcoming year? There is a shift to competency-based education, which has been talked about from 2019. In 2019 itself, the CBSE had asked schools to start teaching students to move away from rote memorization techniques and move to competency-based learning. Now, what does this competency-based learning mean? It means a more focus on developing creative and critical thinking capacities of students and also test higher order skills such as analysis, critical thinking, and conceptual clarity. See, so far in the board exams, when you think about such types of questions, they have been introduced to you in the form of HOTS questions. So this is what mainly comes for you in the paper, the HOTS questions. Now, HOTS questions, if you talk about in context of the 10th grade or the 12th grade board exams, and let me be more specific with maths, my subject, you would see that HOTS questions means questions from guides like R.D. Sharma, and the questions which are harder to solve, has more calculations, has more steps, or requires a little bit different thinking to initially start off with. But the problem is now these HOTS questions have become very common in all the exam papers. You already have a lot of HOTS worksheets. You already have guidebooks which are dealing with HOTS sections. So where is the place where students are applying their learning to new type of questions? That is not happening. And this is what the CBSE wants to change. Now, let's specifically go to the part where the new type of pattern has been discussed. So let's look at this portion. Okay. Here they're talking about the changes for the examination, specifically in terms of the board exam pattern, which are happening. Already last year, we were introduced to few changes. So those of you who have moved now from 9th to 10th or from 11th to 12th, you already know that there was a certain difference in the exam pattern which was being followed. So we would have seen that in the 9th grade and in the previous 10th grade board exam, which was supposed to happen and got cancelled, the marks distribution was as followed. I will specifically talk with respect to maths, that being my subject. So if you look at the maths paper, which is 80 marks, in this 80 marks, the objective type questions, including multiple choice questions, were 20%. So objective questions were 20% marks, which means 16 marks. Now, these objective questions in last year's paper was basically in the form of very short answer questions, 1 mark questions which had to be answered in very simple words or in a single sentence. Now, some of you may have the misconception that objective questions means only MCQ. No, that's not the meaning of objective questions. Objective questions basically means questions which can be answered in short. So it could be including MCQ questions. You could include fill in the blanks over here. You could have true or false questions, or just questions which, as I was mentioning earlier, requires a short one-word answer or a single sentence answer. That is the meaning of objective questions. All right. And if you look at this 2021 pattern, There were case-based questions which had been introduced for the first time. Case-based questions were questions which involved a longer passage, and then following the longer passage, you had sub-questions asked on the same. And this had formed another 20%, which was 16 marks of the paper. So 32 marks out of 80 marks was already this particular section of 1 mark questions. The remaining 60%, which is the remaining 48 marks. So if you're talking about the remaining 60%, 60% of the questions were the usual questions, which always comes and, which are there from your textbook, which are there in most guidebooks and previous sample papers, if you're referring them to. So 60% of the questions which is 48 marks, was based out of familiar questions from the textbook. Now, what is the change for the 2022 pattern that you're expecting? If you're talking about the 2022 pattern, all right? So here, we would be looking at competency-based questions, which would be minimum 30%. So in 80 marks now, the competency-based questions would be 30%. So 30% means you would have 24 marks over here. 24 marks of the paper would be competency based, and this could include the MCQs. This could include the case-based questions, and it could include source-based questions as mentioned here. MCQs basically would mean multiple choice questions where you need to select one correct answer from the given options. Case-based questions means you would have a case which is followed by certain sub-questions, and you need to answer the questions after having read the case. Now, these case studies type is something which is relatively new, only introduced last year. And source-based questions. Source-based questions means maybe a paragraph could be picked up from somewhere in your textbook and questions asked on that, or it could be also from outside the textbook, maybe some newspaper articles. What happens over here is you are having 24 marks, which is based out of only these questions. And I'm assuming that this would come as 1 mark only. Objective questions will be 20%. So this remains the same as the last year. Now, objective marks means 16 marks, which is basically going to be all the questions which I was talking about earlier. So it could be short answer questions. It can be fill in the blanks, true or false. All these type of questions could come under the 16 marks in objective questions. So totally over here, you're already done with 40 marks of the paper. Half of the paper is going to be new type of questions. So they're trying to do away with your reliance on old papers, reliance on the previous guidebooks, and shift to actually learning the concepts properly and be able to apply them in unfamiliar contexts. The remaining 50%, okay, that means the remaining 40 marks would be whatever you're used to currently. So you're already used to doing long answer questions, short answer questions. So here I must say that this is very short answer, okay, the 16 marks here. And short answer means like your 2-mark questions. Those would be short answer questions. So you could have short answer questions or long answer type questions. All this would come under the 40 marks. And this is what going to be mostly the type of questions which are based out of your NCERT textbook. Now, these are the changes expected in the 9th and 10th board exams. And similar type of change, now you would be able to read the changes in the 11th and 12th exam in a similar context.